If your RV's air conditioner looks like Frosty the Snowman, then you, my friend, have what we call in the biz a freeze up. I'm a certified RV repair tech, and my customers do not understand that if their air conditioner looks like this, then they are reducing the AC's cooling ability, shortening the lifespan of their AC, and costing themselves big money in the long run. So today, let's talk about why these freeze-ups happen, how they're harmful to your air conditioner, and the secret to preventing them. This is RV Repair Woman. You got this. So what's the deal with RV air conditioners freezing up all the time? Well, there are two reasons that your RV AC might be freezing up. And everybody thinks it's the first one when it's usually the second. So let's get that rare first scenario out of the way. If your freeze up happened in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the AC being turned on, then you most likely have a refrigerant leak. Unfortunately, if you do have a refrigerant leak in your air conditioner, you're looking at getting a new AC. I talk more about why this is in this video and this video, but the broad strokes is that there isn't a port to pour more refrigerant in, and even if there was, right now there isn't a great way to fix whatever hole there was that let the refrigerant out in the first place. So when leaks happen on RV air conditioners, you're looking at replacing the whole unit. Luckily, the scenario is pretty uncommon. Refrigerant leaks supposedly account for less than 1% of RV AC problems. What's much more likely is that the freeze up happened in the first 1 to 4 hours that the unit was running. If this is the case, then you most likely just have an airflow problem, which is great because that is a problem we can actually solve. Here's how. If your RV AC was in that second scenario and taking 1 to 4 hours to turn into snow miser, then you most likely either have an airflow problem known as short cycling or just a lack of airflow altogether. Let's look at short cycling first. If you open your AC's air box, which is also known as the plenum, one of my favorite words to say, you should see a small wall dividing the air box in half. One side is the air intake and the other side is the return air. Warmer air is supposed to go up the air intake, go across the coils to cool down before coming back down the return air. But if there is a way for the cold return air to sneak across this wall and get to the intake side, then we have cold air going over the cold coils, and that's how we can get super cooling and your AC turns into a block of ice. This is a process called short cycling, and this is the super easy hack to fix it. Just make sure that the wall separating the intake side from the return air side hasn't fallen over and is sitting in place where it's supposed to be. Then go over the edges of both sides of the wall with this fancy foil tape. You can get this on Amazon for pretty cheap. They also sell it at like Camping World, Walmart, probably, definitely Home Depot, Lowe's. It's really easy to find. This tape is going to help make more of a barrier to keep the intake and the return air separate. It can be a little tricky to work with your first time. You're just gonna take the tape, rip off or cut whatever size piece you need. It's gonna have backing paper, so you just peel that off. And then here's gonna be the tricky part. If you fully remove the backing paper, it's gonna wanna curl up on itself. And if it curls up and sticks, then this piece of tape is basically useless. It is really hard. Oh, maybe I can do it. To pull it back apart and have this piece of tape still keep the rigidity that you want. So what I like to do when I'm applying this tape to things is to peel back that backer and leave this last little bit to peel off at the end. So I'll usually take this piece, get it up in there where I want, make sure it's all good, and then I'll just pull the backer off the rest of the way and stick it down. That's gonna help make this tape easier to work with. It was kind of tricky my first time, so I'm just trying to help you out. You got this. The other reason that you might be having freeze up problems is just due to a lack of airflow in general. If the fan can't pull the return air away from the coils fast enough, or can't pull warmer air across the coils fast enough, then we can have airflow problems that cause freeze-ups. No good. To look for the reasons that this might be happening, we're gonna follow the FCOD method. F stands for filters. You should be cleaning your AC filters pretty regularly, especially if you're living in there full time, and honestly, replacing them much more often than people do. You can get a sheet of this stuff from Amazon, cut it to the right shape, pop it in there, cheap, easy, help out your air conditioner. Dirty filters are gonna keep the intake from being able to pull air in fast enough. So then I'm going to get people that are gonna be like, Emily, well, why don't we just take the filters out? Well, that's the C in the FCOD method. Clean your air conditioners. If we don't have those filters, then your air conditioner is gonna get dirty much faster. And even with the filters, I recommend cleaning your air conditioner twice a year. Usually for me, once in the spring as we're warming up to get the air conditioner ready for its go-to season, and then once again at the end of the summer going into fall as a way to say thank you for all the hard work that it's done for you all summer. If you would like a free cheat sheet on how to clean your air conditioner, I have one in my ultimate guide to RV maintenance. You can get that at rvrepairwoman.com/guide. You got this. The O in FCOD stands for open your vents. I know RVers like to close up the vents in the hallways to try to concentrate the air in the bedroom. We've all done it. But if we have too many vents closed up, then the return air can't get away from the air conditioner fast enough. So if you're having problems with freeze-ups, let's try opening up some of those vents. And D stands for ducting. Make sure there's nothing blocking the air in your ducting. True story, a teacher told me when I went to RV school to learn all the information that I teach you today. The air conditioning teacher at one point when he was out on a call had opened up an air conditioner to figure out what was wrong, and the manual for the air conditioner had been left tucked inside of the duct, just like whoop, right there when he opened up the air conditioner, meaning that no air was ever going to make it into that duct. This was OG from the factory, brand new RV. Wild, right? So just take a peek into your ducts, maybe pull down a vent or two, use your phone, take a look inside, make sure nothing made its way into either your ducting or your air box that could prevent air from moving around. FCOD. It's not a sexy initialism, but it'll save your air conditioner. Why we want to prevent these freeze-ups from happening is, one, when your air conditioner is an entire block of ice, it can't move air at all. So even though you're like, Emily, it's ice, it should be super cold. We can't move air through ice, so we can't get that cold air down to you. Secondly, this drastically decreases the life of your air conditioner. One, because your AC is working overtime, making all that ice. And two, your fan is working constantly trying to pull air through a block of ice, and it just can't. This means that your air conditioner is almost never going to turn off, so it's never getting a rest, it's never getting a break, and we're just increasing the run time of the air conditioner without actually getting cold air down to you. So let's FCOD it up, try to prevent these freeze-ups when we can. Oh, and one more thing before I forget to tell you. As a tech, if someone's telling me that these freeze-ups are happening a lot, we're gonna defrost it and then it starts happening again and again. First, let's figure out the main cause. Let's figure out why these freeze-ups keep happening. And again, it's most likely an airflow problem. But I also would want to take a look at their freeze sense. Your freeze sense is a sensor that comes off the control box and gets shoved into the fins on the coils of your air conditioner. It's supposed to do what it says on the tin and sense if the coils are freezing up and shut the air conditioner down. That's its whole job. The freeze sense, essentially, is just a fancy switch that's normally closed and lets signal go through. And then when it gets too cold, it opens up, no signal can go through, and it shuts the whole air conditioner down. This is a safety that's supposed to kick in before the freeze up occurs. So if you're getting freeze ups all the time, I would, one, like to check that this freeze sense is put in the right place. There's a specific location in the fins that it's supposed to be depending on the brand of AC you have. So I would look that up for your air conditioner just to make sure it's in the right place. But I would also want to see that that freeze sense is just working properly on its own. So if you wanted to test your freeze sense with a multimeter to see if it was doing its job, you'd want to head on over to your air box, and inside you're going to find a control box that may look something like this. This is out of a Coleman air conditioner, but Dometic air conditioners, the control box, very similar. And somewhere on it should be something that looks like this, a long wire with sort of a bullet thing on the end that should be going up and sticking into the fins of your air conditioner. Okay, so the first thing would be to see if this is even in the fins at all. I cannot tell you how many times stock from the manufacturer or from the dealership, this guy is just hanging out like this. There's no way for the freeze sense to sense if freezing is happening if it's not up in the fins. So that's the first thing to look for. Second thing, we can just see roughly if it's doing its job. So when you look at your control box, there's gonna be a bunch of wires coming off. If you lift up the curtain and look underneath, you should see that they are labeled. The two above the word freeze are our freeze sense. So to test this bad boy, you can take your freeze sense, take it off. So it's just hanging out in space, not connected to anything. And then you can take your multimeter and set it to resistance. Remember, resistance is the test that tells us how hard it is for electricity to move through something. So let me take my meter, set it to resistance as opposed to continuity. Then you're gonna take one probe, put it on one side of the freeze sense, take the other probe, put it on the other side of the freeze sense. And you should get some sort of resistance reading. Right now, I'm getting a reading of around 9.3 kiloohms. Look at that unit in the corner. So 9.3 thousand ohms. I can then take the bullet side of the freeze sense and put it into a cup of freezing water, and you should be able to watch very quickly the resistance increase dramatically. I'm already at 30 kiloohms. If the resistance on your freeze sense doesn't increase dramatically when you put it into freezing cold water, then it's not doing its job. That resistance should be increasing in order to shut the control box down, shut the air conditioner down. If the resistance isn't increasing when you put it in something cold, that means that it isn't detecting the change in temperature and it's not doing its job. So if you are getting freeze-ups over and over and over again, I would check to make sure that this guy is working and doing his job. This guy should be stopping your air conditioner from freezing up in the first place. So solve the underlying cause and then also solve the thing that's supposed to be catching the problem. Another bonus tip, just while I'm here, if you ever can't get your air conditioner to turn on at all, there's a chance that this guy is stuck open. Basically, he's like a switch. He got real cold, he opened up to shut things down, and he was never able to close back up again, and he's keeping the air conditioner from turning on at all. The way that you can test if that is the case, disconnect him from the control box entirely, and then just take a pair of needle nose pliers and short the two freeze sense pins to each other. If your air conditioner turns on when you do this and it wouldn't turn on before, then the freeze sense is your problem. Get a new one and it should solve all your problems. And as always, if you're having problems with your air conditioner, you can schedule a 1 hour, one-on-one call with a certified tech, me. You can go to rvrepairwoman.com/online to make an appointment. These calls are cheaper than having me come out to you in person, and I'm based in Las Vegas, so if you're anywhere else in the country, this is the way to get in contact with me. And in the meantime, if you would like to take a crack at solving other problems with your AC by yourself, check out this video, especially if your AC is turning on but not cooling. This has been RV Repairwoman. You got this.